Rupert Lowe has just made a huge mistake, one that could cost him the Makerfield election. Ben Habib, remember him? Brexit Party MEP, Farage's former deputy, the man who launched Advance UK, watched it sink without a trace and just recently folded the party. Well, now he's announced Rupert Lowe has personally, yes, personally invited him to campaign in Makerfield. And the Restore Britain membership, well, let's just say they're not happy. Not happy at all. This is the tweet that Habib put out a few days ago. Quote, "It is right and proper that Restore Britain stands in the Makerfield by-election. It is a political party and exists to fight elections. It will not make a blind bit of difference who from the Labour Party leads that party. They are all awful. If Restore can poll well in Makerfield, it will overnight become a threat to Reform and the Tories. In that event, those parties have a choice. Up their game to see off the threat from Restore or risk being wiped out. That pressure is good for politics and good for the country. Rupert Lowe has invited me to campaign with him and Rebecca Shepherd in Makerfield on the 13th of June. I am delighted to accept that invitation. I hope to see lots of Restore and Advance members on that day. Let's get up to Makerfield and win this for the country." So that's what Rupert Lowe retweeted. So when Ben Habib says he's personally been invited to campaign for Restore in Makerfield, he isn't lying. And that's what's ruffled some feathers. Because it was only a month or two ago that Habib was saying Restore Britain had gone full tilt racist, whatever that means. You see, despite being born and raised in Pakistan, Ben Habib reckons he's English. And a number of Restore Britain members, ordinary people on Twitter, not officials or spokespeople, mind you, pushed back on that. They argued that English is an ethnicity and that Habib, being of mixed heritage, doesn't quite fit the bill. And according to the UK censors at least, they'd be right. And as you can imagine, Habib didn't like that and called Restore Britain's members full tilt racist and spent weeks hammering them across every podcast that was stupid enough to have him on. Now, a retweet isn't a job title. Lowe hasn't handed him a role or a desk at HQ, but it's not nothing either, is it? It's a green light. Come and leaflet with us. Come and knock on doors with us. Come and campaign with the English people you believe don't exist and that you've been slagging off for months. How well do you think that's going to go down with the volunteers? Because if volunteers down tools over this, it won't just be awkward. It could genuinely cost Restore a good result in Makerfield. And the party desperately needs a win here. Not necessarily electorally, but at least a good showing. If anything, to prove that the campaign strategy works and that there's genuine demand for what Rupert Lowe is offering. And I think it's incredibly disrespectful for Rupert Lowe to invite this little weasel to Makerfield. So what? Restore Britain volunteers and activists who give up their time and money to campaign for the party they've been told is a genuine alternative to the establishment are expected to shake hands with the man that's been calling them racists. These are the sort of things we'd expect to hear from Reform, to be honest. The only reason Restore Britain exists is because we're all sick of this sort of stuff. We're done playing nice with people who hate us. And what's the benefit of having Habib around at all anyway? What does he bring to the table other than drama and a massive ego? Advance UK had around 40,000 members at most, but they're lucky to get more than 100 votes in any election they stand in. Habib doesn't have a significant online presence or offline. He's basically a nobody. Restore were only ever going to swallow up Advance's membership over time anyway. Some of the biggest names in the membership, people with serious followings, hundreds of thousands of them, people who played a much larger role in Restore's early success, have come out and said if Ben Habib is given any official role in the party, they're gone. They'll tear up their membership and walk away. And I, for one, will be joining them. Now, some of you are going to say, even if he is given a role, he's only one man, how bad can it be? Well, that's just how it starts though, isn't it? One bad apple quickly turns into two, and before you know it, your patriotic party of millions must go looks like Reform UK. Within a year or two, the party is full of people like Nadine Dorries and Nadeem Zahawi. Yeah, no thanks. And just when you think the man couldn't get any more brazen, he goes and does this.
Yeah, I mean, if I were Rupert Lowe, I would probably remove Steve Laws from membership because he brings the party into disrepute. But that's Rupert Lowe's,
But
prerogative.
it looks like you're in control. It looks like you are in control now because the action is on you. if you get a role, he's withdrawing, so you have you can be the reason why he goes. Okay, maybe I'm trying to get you to join. Maybe I'm trying to push it too much, but
No, I think the funny thing with Steve Laws, he's done a much better tweet about me than that one. I think he said he did a tweet some time ago, post on X, saying that left to his own devices, he would deport me, but Restore Britain would form a committee and discuss it before I was deported. So I think that was just hilarious.
that is insane. But these
If you
guys
can
are.
find that post, I'd love you to send that to me because I can't find it now.
So Habib's been a member of Restore Britain for what? A day, 2, maybe 3, and he's already on podcast telling the party who it should and shouldn't be throwing out, because he personally disagrees with them. Rupert Lowe has already addressed this exact thing about this exact controversial member, that's controversial in quotes by the way, publicly on the record. Lowe's position is clear. Restore Britain members are free to hold their own opinions, and the opinions of individual members do not amount to party policy. And Habib hasn't been in the party for more than 5 minutes and is already trying to gatekeep who should and shouldn't be in the party. Who does this guy think he is? And what benefit does Lowe think he'll bring to the Makerfield by-election? And if he is given a role in the party, will you be cancelling too? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Cheers.